The pain was just so intense, and no one seemed to be coming. I was seeing there was a possibility I might not be walking. Well, in 2005, my family and I took a trip to Wyoming. So we were looking for fun things to do, and one of the things that the kids love doing is riding horses. My horse got excited and he started bucking pretty bad, and after a little bit I got thrown. Unfortunately landed on some rocks right on my back and then rolled further. And as I rolled and finally came to a stop, my hands went down on my legs and I couldn't feel anything. And immediately I knew I was paralyzed. I was in a lot of pain from some broken ribs and obviously some huge injuries to my back. Not much longer, the helicopter arrived and they took me to hospital. And
we called and got someone to meet him at the hospital. They wouldn't let me get on the helicopter. They were life flighting him to Salt Lake. That was a little traumatic for me because I wanted to be with him, but I called and had his brother and his dad, who are both doctors, meet him at the hospital.
I had to have my spinal cord rebuilt as one of the vertebrae was shattered, and another one was fractured, and some ribs were broken.
They went in and did the first surgery that night and repaired some vertebrae, and still no feeling, but there was always, some hope.
I went through days of surgery and then a couple of months of rehabilitation, just working through, a lot of things, learning how to dress, learning how to eat, just learning how to do simple, basic daily tasks, learning how to transfer out of a hospital bed into a wheelchair. That was like big for a couple of weeks, just learning all these things over again. And after I finished that therapy in the hospital, we were fortunate to connect with another rehab group that specializes in spinal cord injuries. I was wondering what this might mean for my ability to work, ability to support my family, and ability to move forward with my life. And family was wonderful during this time. Our family gathered, and I remember this beautiful, sweet family council where my brothers and sisters, my parents, my brothers and sisters-in-law gathered. And it was just, I think, one of the first times I was out of the hospital. They let me leave, and we gathered as a family, and I explained, here's my situation, I'm gonna need some help. Everyone just volunteered and said, well, I've got a house that is available for the next 4 months if you need it. And everyone's like, well, we'll bring this and we'll bring that. We had just lots of help. We kind of joked that we took 3 wards to take care of us.
I'm just so grateful. It was impossible to do without them. So, any good that's come from it, we owe a huge debt to all the people who, so if good's happened in my children's lives or Brian's walking again, it's in part to these people who have made it possible. So yeah, we're really grateful. One year after it happened, I said to Brian, so if you could get your legs back, but you had to trade back everything that you've learned, would you do it? And he said no.
The progress lately has been really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Trying to bleed what movement and feeling he has down into the legs, getting them past the pelvis. So we've built muscle, tone, and in fact, you might even want to video just how he can get himself up.
Well, yeah,
it's so cool.
It's crazy because they haven't seen how it progressed.
How hard it was. That's amazing right there. Just really good.
The last month or two, at some sessions, I could actually see movement in my legs.
So he's doing all the work, and all I'm doing is keeping his his toes from dragging on the floor. When we first started doing this, There was absolutely no movement in the left leg at all.
Seeing his leg moved again was just, I don't know, it was thrilling for me. It was, you know, one of the best things, one of the best days of my life.
At first I was like, yeah, really? Because it was at a therapy session up in Driggs, Idaho, and I was lying down and my feet were off on the end over the edge of the table. And so my wife and everyone was like, yeah, look at that. And I was like, what? I can't see that. And they're like, yeah, your leg's really kicking. And I'm like, really? So it was exciting for me. And I didn't even, it's not as exciting then as when I watched it. You know, I pulled out the iPad a few days later and looked at it and went, wow, that really did happen. My therapists are very positive. Like, we hope that this keeps progressing and you're able to keep moving forward.